Well, hello there, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
Absolutely breathtaking. All right, so we are on the start of a brand new adventure. Okay, we're getting back into the Zelda action to prepare for the upcoming release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which will be releasing a little less than a month from right now when I'm recording this. So, super hype. Yeah, super hype. But of course, for now, right now, we're playing Breath of the Wild, which is itself an amazing game, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We're here to play Breath of the Wild. That's an amazing game, right? Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games of all time. That's it. I said it, right? It is. So let's do it. Let's hop into it. This is going to be the edited version of this playthrough, so just all of the very fun parts, right? Shrines, obviously, dungeons, divine beasts, bosses, some koroks that are fun here and there. We're going to call this a completion-ish playthrough, which means that I'm going to try to do everything, right? I am going to do all 120 shrines. I am going to do a good chunk of koroks, but not all of them. We're going to do all the divine beasts. We're going to get as much stuff as we want to, right? But I'm also, this is not a completionist playthrough, right? I'm not requiring myself to get every single item and things like that.
Years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
But we're going to get a bunch of stuff. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to have a really good time playing Breath of the Wild. Like I said, this is going to be the edited version, so we're only seeing like the good parts here, right? There will be a full unedited version that's also going to be uploaded. That's just the raw, no commentary. That's just me playing through the game, right? Would love it if you go and watch that also if you want to, but let's get into the adventure. So, we've heard a mysterious lady's voice, right? That's Zelda, by the way. Spoilers. We've met an old man. That's her dad, by the way. Spoilers. We got to see Ganon, who's taken over the castle. Very scary. And we are now at our first shrine, which is the Oman shrine. For the Magnesis trial, we get our first magical spell. It's a magnet. Wow. This is also, I'm doing a voiceover after the fact, by the way, in case you couldn't tell, that's what's happening here. This is fun for me to watch because I have spent hundreds of hours playing Breath of the Wild, right? Like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Or I was, anyway. I used to be, right? And it's been quite a while now since I've played it. So I'm like de-rusting as I'm playing, right? I'm relearning how to play the buttons and how to do things and all of that stuff. So it's actually really fun for me to watch this and see like how bad it looks like I'm doing to myself, knowing how I should actually be doing things instead. It's a really interesting sensation, right? And there you go. That's the end of the Oman Shrine. Yeah, it's a great one to start with, right? In case you've never seen or played Breath of the Wild before, there are 120 shrines in the base game, and the shrines are all basically like a puzzle kind of thing, little mini dungeon puzzle, whatever it is. You make it through the shrine. You get to this guy at the end of the shrine, who is a monk, right? He's been waiting there for you for a very long time, I think. You touch his little box that he's in, right? You free the monk. Congratulations, brother, you did it. He gives you a spirit orb. And then when you have 4 spirit orbs, that's how you're going to be able to increase your number of heart containers or the size of your stamina wheel. Now, I've started and restarted and played through Breath of the Wild, I don't know, countless times, right? Like I said, hundreds of hours. And for whatever reason, this is always how I like to start off in the Great Plateau, which is this first area that you start the game in. You do the Oman Shrine first, because you get the Magnesis, it's very helpful. And then I'm going to do a couple of koroks here in the initial area. You don't really need koroks at this point in the game, right? You can't actually make use of them at all. But it's a good way to learn how to do a couple of the little things in the game that you can do. The game is very much about like finding ways to solve problems, right? So like I've grabbed this bridge piece. I'm going to set the bridge down to open up a chest that you couldn't get to any other way. Right, you got to use your magical tools to be able to do stuff like that. When you're finding koroks, they're going to be under a rock or behind a pile of leaves, or you have to stick a ball in a tree trunk or something like that, right? Cool little teeny tiny puzzle things to get each korok. Like I said, I can't actually use the koroks yet. You have to get further on to the point where you can spend the korok seeds to be able to get upgrades to the number of weapons and such that you can carry. But I like to start the game by getting these little koroks around here. It's just fun for me, you know, no matter how many times I've played it, I still enjoy getting those little koroks. I really do. They're such cute little guys, you know? So we get a few of those guys, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the shrines that we need to do in the plateau. Here we just want to clear out a little camp of guys, right? Nothing too scary here. This is not a shrine or anything official. It's just me, again, just remembering how to play, right? Like, hey, don't forget what your attack button is. Don't forget how to attack mid-air, that kind of thing. You know, how to dodge enemies, pretty important in this game. How to change your weapons. You forget that kind of stuff when you haven't played for 6 months, right? Look at that nice dodge. That's amazing. You should be able to do that very easily, right? That boar's going crazy back there. And then a lot of these little camps, you clear out the camp, it opens up a chest. It's got a, you know, a little gem rolled in it or something like that, right? And don't forget to pick up all the little bokoblin pieces along the way. I also get distracted here because look, there's a butterfly. And then look, there's a lizard. Let's go for that lizard first, shall we? Got him. Got him. Nice. Good stuff. The lizards you pretty much always want to try to get if you can. You've got to sneak up on them early on until you get some sneaky armor later. But the lizards are good because they can make you a speed boosting elixir. Very helpful. And then the butterfly especially is good at this exact moment in the game because we're going to have to go to a snowy area not too long from now. And you need to have some resistance to cold. And the butterfly can make you a cold resistance elixir. And now we have the Baij shrine for the bomb trial. To get yourself a nice bomb. You actually get 2 bombs. You get the round bomb and the square bomb. That's pretty cool, right? I end up using the round bomb like 99% of the time. Because you just don't really need to worry about the square one. But, you know, the square's good if you don't want it to roll away or something like that, right? Remote bomb. Nice. Again, just trying to remember my buttons, right? What do I use to pull out a bomb? Oh, it's this one. What do I use to throw a bomb? It's this one. Also, this is something that you will see a lot in these shrines because the shrines often give you weapons in chests and things like that, which is great, right? In Breath of the Wild, your weapons have durability. They break very easily, so getting new weapons is awesome. I am a hoarder of weapons, okay? So I very rarely have to worry about running out of weapons. It's more of just that I toss away the ones that I don't want in order to get new ones. So probably 9 times out of 10 when I'm opening up a shrine or a chest with a weapon in it, I open it up, see the weapon, the chest closes because I can't pick it up because I'm full on weapons. And then I have to throw a weapon and then reopen the chest. And that process happens a lot. A lot. Yeah. And this is a fun little section of, you know, learning some of the mechanics of the game. They have these little things that can fling you off of platforms and stuff. There's this little ball that you can also fling with these things. This ball's kind of a troll in this part because you don't actually need it for anything. It's just in the way. I forgot what the point of that was. There's no point. It's just to show you that you can do things with the ball if you wanted to. How nice of them. Thank you, right? Awesome. But actually you have to use a bomb instead of a ball. And there you go. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And here, we're waiting for him to slowly walk to where he needs to be. This man is going to give us a new jacket. It's a cold resistance jacket, and we need that. Technically, we'd actually be fine without it, since we did pick up that butterfly earlier, and the point of the butterfly was to make an elixir that gives us cold resistance. But we want the jacket, right? Right? Because the jacket is a permanently equipable item, and the butterfly makes an elixir, which is a consumable. Okay. If you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that I don't like consumables. I just don't like them. But anyway, here we are at the Daim Shrine for the Stasis trial. It's another magical spell. How amazing. This one stops time. Seems pretty powerful, to be honest. But you can only use it on certain objects, so it's maybe not as powerful as it seems. And last but not least for today is the Namut Shrine with the Cryonis trial. It's ice. It's ice. It's cold as ice. You get to make an ice pillar on water. Anywhere where there's water, you can do it. And now that we have 4 spirit orbs, we can pray to a statue. Great power. Yeah, I'm going with the stamina. A heart is not a bad idea. If you've never played Breath of the Wild before and you want to start playing for the first time, get yourself a heart, okay? Don't start with a stamina. I'm doing it because I'm relatively confident in my ability to not die, and because having a little bit of extra stamina helps you quite a bit in being able to climb certain things. You know, certain things are designed to where you can climb it with like exactly one full wheel of stamina. Barely, maybe. So if you just have that little bit extra, it really helps a lot. And then we get to talk to the old man.
Well done there, young one.
We get to find out his deal.
The time
He's going
has
to talk to
come
us for a little
show
bit.
you who I truly am.
There's also going to be a
I was
long
King
cutscene here
Robospheromus Hyrule.
that I've skipped out.
I was the last leader of Hyrule.
But you should watch it if you want to.
No longer exists.
On the uncut, no commentary version of this video. Because it's pretty cool, and it's pretty important for the story.
The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. Valiantly, when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
And there we go. And we get the Paraglider. Thank goodness. Right now we can actually play the game. The whole game is built around having the Paraglider. So now we can play the game for real. Fantastic. And we can get out of this opening area. We can explore the rest of Hyrule. The world is open to us. We could go kill Ganon right now if we wanted to. We don't want to. We would die. And then that's going to be it for this time. I've had a good time today, and I hope that you have too. Thank you for being here. Seriously. We are going to come back for next time, and I will see you later.